Good day everyone, welcome back to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Well, we've done just a little bit of grinding. We've hit Master Rank 99. We've leveled our guiding lens to appropriate amounts. Now to unlock this quest you have to both reach Master Rank 99 and reach a certain amount of cumulative levels in the guiding lens, which the wiki says is 12, but we're at 11 and have the quest, so I'm presuming it's actually just over 10. That being said, it's pretty easy to get the required number, considering there's 6 areas. Now, I've still not even unlocked the other 2 areas, I was saving that for the stream. Those areas being the Tundra region and the Volcanic region. But that's an extra free 2 levels for you there. And brings your total up to 6 regions. So as long as you average level 2 across them, then there you go. Easy as. Alright, so this quest against Runenergi is technically the last Master Rank story quest. Everything after this are spatial assignments, basically post-game material. Even though I don't think there's a fancy credit sequence or any cutscenes or the like involved with this quest. Wouldn't swear to that though, but I don't recall there being. As for a cat over here. She's getting up there in level. I'm pretty sure level 50 is the cap, so she's almost as strong as she can get. We've moved on over to the shield spire to level at this point, since we maxed out Plunder Blade a long time ago. I just slapped that on us. Well, if you'll recall, I slapped that on as soon as we actually got access to it back in lower rank. And then I did Vigor Wasp Spray. As you see, level 15 is the cap in proficiency. Now, we're skipping Flash Fire Cage till last because it's the least useful, thanks to the changes in Master Rank, because, well, the traps, the shock traps don't work against Elder Dragons, and the Flash Fire Cage doesn't really work against anything in Master Rank, Elder Dragon or no. And then the additional skill, the Master Rank skill, I guess you could say, of the, see, what's it called? The Boom Bug Trap, which is, it's just an explosive trap. Now that works on everything, but again, that's one ability out of 3 that does anything really in Master Rank. Now it's still quite useful in high rank and low rank stuff if you want to go back and farm in those, but I feel like it's easily the least useful gadget overall. Shield Spy is pretty handy, especially if you're like ranged and you're super squishy, because your cat pretty much becomes a tank for you and draws aggro and the like. Keeps you from being focused on 100% of the time. Choral Orchestra is like having a tutor with you. They give you lots of buffs, and the Master Rank ability adds a Sonic Gong to it, so that'll unlock at like level 11, I think it is. and that will stagger the enemy quite often. So that's really good. You get lots of buffs and lots of staggers. So it's actually something really nice to have on your cat. And I'm pretty sure the buffs even stack with actual hunting horn buffs as well. So you can double buff if you have a dude pro with you. Plunder Blade, we all know what that does. Lots of help farming, grab extra mats. And then the Master Rank version is just the Bandit's Mantle for your cat, where they make the monster drop lots of gold shinies that are purely to sell. As you can see, you can acquire quite a bit of Zenny from that. And then Mialitov Cocktail is all DPS all the time. And it's another really good gadget. So combat wise, Cocktail and the Choral Orchestra, I feel like just far and above the others in that regard. Now, which is actually better of the two? It's difficult to say because the orchestra provides nice buffs to you and your cat, and then add the gong stagger. But the Mialitov causes staggers due to part breaks, and there's just a lot of damage when it gets maxed out. You also have the adorableness of the cat pushing like a baby stroller around with a cannon in it. So that's a thing. Also, I think I've mentioned this before, but if you sleep bomb an enemy, and you place your bombs, if your cat has the cocktail on equip, they'll run up and drop a little bomb. It looks bugger. It looks just like the picture here, and it'll just add an extra bomb to the explosion. So that's just bonus sleep bomb damage. So yeah, we're looking forward to actually being able to level those on this cat. Honestly, I probably should have just switched to one of them to begin with, but I'm stubborn because this is what we started with, and it was already leveled up quite a bit before we unlocked Plunder Blade. And then Plunder Blade just helps with your farming, so as you're going through the story, it's good to have equipped, so you can move along quicker. Now we're still we go here to check the Palico info. Now we're slowly getting down the Borobar and the Plunderers. We just need to get them up to 10, and then all of our tail raiders will be maxed out. So that's how we're doing. Let's go challenge our Nergi. Now, most of your little explorations in the Guiding Lands have been expeditions, so you could play as clumsily as you like because you can't cart out. But this is an actual quest, so you do have to be careful. Now, he typically is in the waste, so I guess the western camp is where we want to start. us a nice attack boost. Not sure if I've explained food buffs enough. Most of the time you're going to eat for the attack boost, just because it's a fairly substantial buff in True Roar for the hunt. The defense up though, so if you're more worried about surviving, you're not min-max speedrunny type or that kind of deal, you still never want to eat for defense up, because frankly once you reach master rank and you start fully upgraded master rank armors, your defense stat, as you can see, shoots through the bloody roof. And once you reach this high, the small amount that eating defense up large will add to is practically nothing. There will be no noticeable effect in your survivability at all. If you were going to eat defensively, you would eat elemental up, because what that does is not only do you get, that's much more effective, because once you reach 25 in a resistance, so we're at 10 water, so if we ate elemental up, elemental resist up large, which is I think fish or veggies, it's one or the other. Well, the large adds 15 across the board to all of your elemental resists, and if any of them hit 25, that means you're immune to that blight, and you take 25% less damage from that element. So that's what you want to eat if you're so worried about being defensive. Never eat the defense up itself. It's all attack or elemental. That being said, there's also the other caveat of eating for specific food skills. There's generally something in each category that lets you mix and match. You can still get attack up large and feline black belt, for example, if you're dual blades or bow. Okay, Ruina. Let's see if my memory is mistaken about there not being a cutscene here. Okay, I go to the waste, it's just right over here. Oh. We're actually quite a bit behind in Ruin Energy research, because well, one thing we need to and summon a backup cat. And this thing is quite finicky, so notice how I just stayed stock still when I had her activated. That's because sometimes, even if you move just very little, if she happens to do like she did there and run forward, even though it's out, it won't summon anything, and you'll have to have her summon it again. So to keep an eye out for that. It's a bit finicky like that. Also, notice that only a trooper showed up. There wasn't a tail raider monster. Well, that is because this is a special Elder Dragon quest, so there aren't any other monsters on the map. running around gathering tracks right now. He should be right over there. Unless my memory is just failing me that much. Yep, there's the lad. Let's go say how you do. That's weird, yeah. I was about to say, normally he aggroes right away. Actually rolled the roar. His roar is easy to roll if you pay attention to his animations, but for some reason I just have the worst time remembering to. Okay. Easy now. He's already poisoned. But I had a little bit more reach on it than I expected. There goes an horn. Ah. See, I even knew it was coming there, but I'm a dum-dum. Stagger, and we can break those horns, those needles. Yep, those tumble over again. He's still, Nergi just hits a great deal harder. In fact, I feel like, and he may just turn completely spazzy here and make a fool out of me for saying this, but I feel like at the equivalent rank, as in when you're still, before Iceborne came out and when Arch-Tempered Nergi was the big bad boss, I feel like he was a lot harder comparatively to when you're fully decked out in endgame master rank here. And Ruiner. I know I'm stuck. I might have been out of range for that roll, even if it didn't roll. Oh, look at that. Yeah, watch out for that. That doesn't tick. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Bugger. Yeah, he does have an annoyance. It's I should probably heal. Easy plunder. Come on, let's break those needles. He does 2 forward jabs. I think that's just a regular Nergi move, right? Maybe I shouldn't be trying to die. Maybe I should just roll it if it's that easy to roll. Uh-oh. Ah, he's knackered. Yeah, that's sort of like look what you've done to yourself. Yeah, there's a dragon port, which leads me to believe he might be getting rather started a little too early there. Didn't realise he wasn't. Angered there. So, head back to camp, reload our ammo, also get a free heal. So if you go in and out, it will reload your ammo for one, resharpen your weapon, and fully heal you and remove any status effect that's on you. So if you've ever hunted, so you can make use of this if you like. Say you're hunting black bear or zark in ancient forest, and you're like 99% of people out there, and don't don't bother slotting Fluvia resist. So you get affected by it. Just run away to camp, crawl in. Luckily, if he's in ancient forest, he's typically always right by a camp, either the northeastern or northwestern one. So it doesn't take too long to just hop over there, go into the tent, go back out, resume fighting. It's kind of important to do that if you do get afflicted by fluvial blight, just because if he does his slurpy thing. Oh, good day. Come over here. Yeah. And your head thorns respawn just in time. Always remember his hitboxes are very generous for him, not for you. So I feel like some monsters you would have skirted under the tail there, not Nergi. That being said, visually, he did hit, so it's fair enough. Okay. Yeah, there he goes, limping away. Do we have... Okay. I know I was forgetting something. So we go back to camp, because I forgot bombs. That being said, pretty sure the best... I don't need that. Oh, oops. Where are the bombs? There they are. get a dragon board. Yeah, this way. So I believe it was determined, at least this, that it's more damage just to wall slam them as opposed to sleep on them if there's a wall in range. But here there is. Now, if you were clever, then you knew exactly where he was going to slam into said wall. You could have, but bombs there, and prep, and then done both. That's why I couldn't roll again. Let's go ahead and do this just for safety. As you can tell, since he's been poisoned yet again, he's quite susceptible to poison, which is nice. And that was Ruin and Eggy. For real this time. Splinter forms out here. We should collect all the tracks. We want that knowledge. And after this, your master rank will be completely uncapped and go all the way to 999s. If you're some sort of mad lad who wants to do that. And your guarding lens caps now max at level 7, which is, you know, the full cap. When you get there is when tempered elder dragons start spawning. So if there's a particular region you want to farm, you want to get them up there. If you have some maids, because the way it works is you can cap out 2 regions at 7 before any other region starts lowering, or before they start lowering themselves. And there are 6 regions. So if you have any mates between the 2 of you, you can decide, 2 plus of you, you can decide, well, I'll level so and so regions and lock it, so we'll always have access to those level 7 guarding land regions. And then you can say your mate has Coral Islands at capped at 7, but you don't. You have Vale and Forest. But if you need to grind something that's in the Vale, region 7, level 7, really quickly you can have your mate host an expedition to the guarding lands and join them and go hunt whatever you need to hunt. So that's a handy thing you can do. When it comes to the regions themselves, if you're melee, that has a gold Rathian weapon, then getting the Wildspire Waste, the desert region, getting it to level 6 can be very handy because that unlocks gold Rathian. and she has superb weapons for sword and shield, longsword, switch axe, charge blade, and gun lance. Yeah, I think that's all of them. She doesn't have an insect glaive, unfortunately. Now, if you're a bow or insect glaive user, or a light bow gunner that wants to use some elemental, well, or a bow gunner in particular that wants to use elemental, because then you really want some critical element. When that comes from Silver Alphalos, in fact, he has true critical element is his 4th set bonus. So, and it gives, instead of a 25% boost to your damage, to your elemental damage when you crit, it's a 35% chance. I believe those are the numbers. It's something like that. Yeah, so 4-piece set of that. That's your move up from 2-piece Volcano, from crit element to true crit element. And it's actually quite efficient for fire in particular, because some of the alpha pieces for Silverlos have like 2 or even 3 fire attack built in. Otherwise, they're not spectacular and built-in skill-wise, but their slots are workable. The decoration slots, they're workable. Now, let's see. Also, for melee, it could be handy to get the Rod and Veil up to rank 6. To unlock Brute Tigrex, because sort of similar, but not quite as good, but indeed similar to how Yongaruga's beta boots are just brilliant, both in built-in skill and slot-wise. There's a really good chest piece from the Brute Tigrex armor, the beta chest piece, for melee weapons. In fact, slapping that on your chest, and then Yongaruga boots, and then Teostra beta helm, waist, and arms is pretty much your post-game melee set for every melee weapon. You can slot in the best decos you have to fill in any holes, and you'll be looking stout. So if you're a melee that has a gold Raffian weapon, work on getting the waist to 6, and then the veil to 6. If you're a bow or a dual blades user, now dual blades I don't think has a gold Raffian weapon. Let me check. They do have. Okay, there are. Well, let's see. So, longsword, sword and shield, hunting horn, gun lance, switch axe, charge blade, and bow Now, bow obviously isn't spectacular. Now, she does technically have dual blades, but they're hybrid. They're part hair and part silver Rathalos. They're I think they've had their name changed, but in Iceborne they're called Wyvern Strive. And they do both fire and poison damage at the same time. Or rather, they do fire elemental damage and poison status build up at the same time. So I don't think those quite work out, unfortunately. But if you're non-dual blades or bow, and you have a gold Rathian weapon, you probably want to get the ways on up to 6. And if you're a melee weapon in particular, you'll want to get the Veil to 6. Or the Brute T-Vex chest piece. If you're bow or dual blades or a bow gunner that wants to tinker with element, you'll want to get the Highlands to 6 so you can get silver lows. As for the forest, also if you're at least a light bow gunner, you'll want to get it to 6 to activate to be able to fight Scarred Jan Gruger, so you can fully upgrade the Blackwing Bowgun, because it becomes quite a handy sticky bowgun, or Rapid Fire PS2. All that being said though, this is a bit irrelevant because, thankfully, they've added some quests for these monsters. So here's the Scarred Jan Gruger. You can hunt him anytime. This event quest is always available. As soon as you get MR 24, you can hunt Scarred Jan Gruger. You don't have to level your forest. But wait, what about the metal rats? Well, where is it? Where is it? Actually, okay. Here's Silver Lars, and here's the one for Gold Rathian. So you have access to those. Same thing for Rajang or Furious Rajang. Now these are special quests. There are also quests where you fight just one of each of them. Yeah, there's a Rajang, and then there's Furious Rajang. Now it's been a long time, but I remember Furious being easier than regular Rajang for whatever reason. For me, wonder if it'll still play out like that. We'll see, I suppose, perhaps. Same thing with this. There's Brute. Now this is well, that's a special quest. There is another where you fight just a regular Brute in the Veil. Yeah, right here in the recess. Okay, in the recess. So that's Brute. So basically, thanks to these event quests, you don't have to worry. You can get Silver Lotus armor. You can get Gold Rathian's weapons. You can get Blue T-Rex's chest piece. You can get the scarred shell, scratched shell, which is the piece only Scarred Jan Gruger drops to upgrade your Blackwing Bowgun. without having to level them. You can fight Stygian and Janoga anytime you want. That being said, there are parts that only drop in the Guarding Lands, so you will have to do the Guarding Lands eventually. Predominantly for augments, custom upgrades for weapons that don't have unique models. And these are important. You might look at it and say, alright, it doesn't seem much of a change, but there's 7 levels, 7 tiers you can upgrade on those, and it really adds up. And then both layered weapon and layered armor, all that sort augments for weapons and armor. Augmenting armor just lets you upgrade them even further, whereas weapon augments stuff like health, affinity, attack, element, defense, and defense bonus. Those parts that unlock all that stuff only drop from the Highlands, or the Guarding Lands rather. So you will have to grind out that stuff, but getting at least the base pieces you can get from these event quests. So that's nice. Okay, so that was Ruin Energy. Let's show you how to unlock the last two the two bonus regions and the Guarding Lands, since we've been yapping about the Guarding Lands for so long. Okay, so this starts your Master Rank Special Assignment quest line. Now, it started with Sterling Pride, where you fought a weakened Kieran, a Kieran that already had its horn broken. There's no fancy cutscene, none of that, just to fight against a weaker than normal Master Rank Kieran. Now, when I say weaker, that means he has less health. He still hits like a truck, so do be careful about that. Now that leads to this quest. Reveal Thyself Destroyer. Now this is where you technically are supposed to meet Rajang for the first time. So there'll be a nice cutscene, and Rajang opens up the volcanic region in the Guarding Lands, which is around here. So forest is here, the highland, the coral area is here, the Vale is under there, Wildspire, the desert's here, and Volcano here, and then the tundra will be up here. Just a reminder of that nonsense. You see, there's the now, if you're spooked about Rajang, and to be fair, he can be a right pain in the keister. In fact, he's liable to slap us around. I wouldn't put it past him. You don't actually have to kill him immediately. Just seeing the cutscene will unlock the volcanic region in your Guarding Lands, and will also unlock the next special assignment, which is to investigate another area that's opened up, which will be the tundra, where you discover Stygian Janoga. Now that one I think you might actually have to complete, but I wouldn't swear to that either. That being said, let's get to it. So Rajang's the bit of a tricky one, especially with Iceborne mechanics, because so his best hits are damage-wise for both shot and slice, sever, and blunt is his head. Okay, but you can't soften his head, because when you clutch, it goes to his arms. Also, you have to be very careful because he will snatch you off of him and slam you into the ground and do very bad things to you if you clutch him when he's not staggered or otherwise incapacitated, knackered or the like. And it's no fun. But you can soften his arms and do okay there. But generally you want to try to smack him in the face, which isn't always the easiest because he is quick. He's very quick. Also, when he goes Super Saiyan, he goes all goldy and electrified. You want to smack him in the tail because when you do enough damage to his tail, it'll knock him over. He'll be staggered quite heavily, and it will knock him out of his super state. So that's nice. You can't do that with Furious Regime though, because he is always in that state by default, and he doesn't have a tail anymore. So, oops, it got caught. Look, there's Regime now. A bit shorter than I remember. Only just. So Admiral's here tracking the Kieran that we killed, but for purposes of the story, pretend that it got away. Wait, no, never mind. This is different Kieran. I remember now. Remember how excited people got when this blade, or when edits of this blade, to reveal Regime is being added to the game. Vets of the series were pretty excited. Newcomers were like a monkey. They learned quickly though. Alright, they're going to let you eat here for some bloody reason. Luckily, I'm pretty sure we already ate. Yeah. Okay, one over there. Let's go ahead and oh, also spoiler, but I've already fought Regime once. Oops. Off stream. Right, we're going to call a cat. That was in the ancient forest, though. Also, he was severely weakened because it was one of those multi-monster hunts. Okay, we got an actual person's Palico as opposed to one of the wild tribes. I completely lost track of our scoutflies then. Alright. So we head towards the Vale, but instead of going down there, we take a right. And got a new area here. Poison gas. Oh, we're immediately into the cutscene, it seems. I probably should have already drank the cool drink. Oops. Thought we actually had to get into the volcanic area before it started. You ever been so angry you just punch a mountain until you make a tunnel?
さっき聞こえてきた叫び声のようなものも気になりますし。
Okay, I guess so. No. So much from the cool drink. Now the fun's going to be trying to chug that while Rajang's trying to
こんな場所に通じていたなんて。
turn us into a pancake. There's Kieran in a volcano. Very unusual. This one with horn.
何かを警戒していますね。
Oh, at least pot him dinner first. That subtitle wasn't quite what she said, and it hurts me. It's not super far off, but it's just enough to bug me. My question to this, Kieran, is why did you not teleport away before that happened?
まさか生きて。
So, yeah, this is how he gets his gold Iceborne. So much for looking at the full moon. Also, that's a pain. Do watch out for the laser beam. He can and will spam it. Easy there, mate. Now, if you don't mind, I need to eat my veggies. So this is an attack sort of reminiscent to Bracky's little charge. It's a bit quicker. So he's focusing these cats right now. Oops. It's a lot better. Yeah, watch out for that. You really need to be on your toes with him because he's quick, his attacks come out sudden and fast. Okay, he's happy boy now. So if we... Oh mate, what you go all the way over there for? I can't go over there, it's no fair. So we want to try to smack him in the tail all we can to knock him out of this form. Yeah, do watch out for that because that's sort of a pen. Uh-oh. And here's his... I'm not sure what the form's actually called, but his arms get red and he gets even stronger. He'll hit even harder now. So basically he has multiple hyper forms. I really need access to... Okay, there's his tail. Oh, they actually tell you about the tail. Okay, now he's shoot. Yeah, he's not zappy anymore. It's always a bit you buy when he gets obscured from you. It's like, oh no, I can't see him. Part breaks are really nice because, well, not that particular part break, but other part breaks. Oi. Also, he does like to do that to you. If he gets knocked down, he can just be ready to roll. And he's already sapped up again. Come on, man. There's the knockdown. He really gets staggered hard if you crack his horns. It's difficult to roll. I find it difficult to roll. Okay. So far, so good. Well, I guess you could call that good. Just operated a potion just top our health off a bit. Alright, let's put that. Come on over here, lad. Please come over here. There he goes. See, sometimes you just gotta say, please. Do watch out for that. That will... Don't use a tier 4. Should be a tier 4. That's the entire reason Blue Boy's even here. Yeah, that's a tail whooping. Okay, I think we knocked the super out of it. Yeah. Easy, lad. What? the wall, mate. That's frustrating. We ran out of bullets. Somehow. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the way my gun ought to be behaving. Right, he's Zandy boy again. Just saved it. You know, I didn't lock the ground. I think I'll just. Oh, there's water there. Okay, he's not sappy anymore. There's a proper stagger. There's the Iceborne. Shouldn't it be better time for you to bugger off to do another tier 1? I did not know how to roll that, I'm sorry. Okay. That seems to be what he's doing now. Seems I'll tail raid it the way the dart are. Okay. What's to lure him over here? I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but if the monster is enraged, it will follow you. That ledge. Bloody ledge. So he's take forward with Savage Joe. Okay, Joe. You're too large a lad to be doing that nonsense. Okay, Roger should be in pretty rough shape now. Because we've been damaging him pretty well. I'd hope. Well, I should think rather. Why you stand here? Oh, he's a confused monkey. Let's help him out. Not that bloody much. Come on, lad. Did you miss that? You think you're clever? So, when he is a zappy boy, he is immune to shock traps, but when he's enraged, he can fall for pitfall traps. If he's not enraged, he'll break the pitfall trap, but he is vulnerable to shock traps. So, to keep that in mind. Also, Nargacuga. If Nargacuga is not enraged, he's immune to pitfall traps. I think it's pitfall traps, yeah. I think Janoga is similar. If he's fully charged up, he's immune to shock traps. I don't know about Stygian Janoga. Maybe. He's a bit different though. He's not regular lightning, but he's dragon. So that was Regine. That was Regine. Okay, after that, we'll report our findings. Also talk to the deity. Now the tracker has a quest for us. So this is to get Stygian Janoga's quest started. But this is to turn in the Regine quest. We've got Regine Claw's pendant, and he will now appear in the Guiding Limbs. Now, before we start on Stygian, I will return in just a moment. Alright, sorry about that. But I've apparently drunk too much water lately. So, get this started. This quest line actually leads up to the second big siege monster in the game. So we have called Taroth, who was available in post-game high rank. Now, I haven't really showed her on stream because she's a bit... She is doable, she's soloable to be fair, especially with master rank gear, but generally you have more fun playing with a party, and for some reason I'm finding it very difficult to match up with randos at least, which is odd because I feel like there's definitely plenty of people still playing this game. I imagine it's my time zone probably is the issue. So, going to a cool place. So let's try out this goofy little outfit, winter trooper outfit. Stygian Janoga's in the tundra after all. Oh, we match a cat now. Okay. Like I was going to say stuff. Oh, but so Cole. How to explain the fight? So the first couple areas, well, the first 3 areas. There are 4 areas to the hunt. The first one, she doesn't really attack. She just sort of walks around. And that's a good opportunity to break as many parts as you can, because that increases your reward, and the reward being copies of Taroth weapons that you can pick from. Okay. Area 2, more of the same, but she starts attacking. It's a more round arena-like room. It's a good time to knock it down and break her horns, or chip her horns rather. So first you break the gold plating off of them, then you chip them. Alright, area 3. She moves to area 3 when she shakes the rest of her gold off. So she's a rather... Hold on. No. She goes to area 3, that's a hot area, it's like a volcano. Continue breaking parts, you do enough damage to her, she shakes all her armor off. Now she's naked gold, so she goes to area 4, the final showdown. That's where you fight her proper, but the idea is you want to focus her horns and break those, because if you break those, the hunt immediately ends. For high rank, of course, for high rank. And you get to carve them. You get, I think, 4 carves from them. And a lot of bonus rewards. But I think the highest you can get... I forget the exact number, it's been a long time. But the most efficient way to farm is to do all this in one go. That being said, if you fail at it, you increase your research level. Her health lowers tremendously for each research level you get. So she becomes really easy, even easily soloable in consecutive goes at her. You just won't get the full rewards as quickly. And then master rank is pretty similar, except you actually kill her at the end. So yeah, that's that. She's also, I don't think she's, wait, she is the one available, never mind. And then the other siege, the master rank siege, is Safi Jiva, who is the adult form of Xenojiva. And he's sort of similar, except he's just a full-out fight from the beginning. You just have to break a bunch of parts, and he'll slurp up the energy in the room and move to the next room. You damage him, break parts, he slurps up the energy there. All the way, I think it's got 4 areas as well, then you kill him. Hopefully. And just like Golf, I'm pretty sure he has research levels, and becomes easier if they get higher. Or I think it's more the energy drain in the area because it doesn't refresh that much in between hunts. So yeah. That's how you get some good weapons from those two. But it's you definitely want a party for it, a group for it, but maybe it'd be easier to get groups for those two. Well, it definitely would if you joined a Monster Hunter Discord. The Marthelos Nest is a good one. They typically have lots of active players in various Monster Hunter titles. So you can search out their YouTube channel and find the link to their Discord from there. Pretty easy. Should be able to get you a group. I ran with them a lot. P1, Arch-Tempered Culture Off. Of course, it's all Arch-Tempered Culture Off now. There's no regular base non-Arch-Tempered Culture Off anymore in high rank. Which means you have to be more careful, because used to you could actually take a hit from it. Well, depending. But now that she's Arch-Tempered, you gotta really be careful, because even some of the lighter hits will knock you over. But yeah, since they're better shown with a party, it's not really something I can do on stream, unfortunately. Then now we have a new region in the Garden Lands, and the volcano. As you can see. And it's already level 2. But enough jibber jabber, we have yet another. So this will do a couple things to you doing this quest. It will unlock the Tundra region in the Guiding Lands, and will also unlock the layered weapons. So if you notice, I've been making use of layered armor even far beyond when I should have been able to do it. Just to make things more visually interesting for you. And to make up for having to be stuck in Guardian, that ugly Guardian armor for low rank and high rank. What a disaster. But you can also layer your weapon, which has no effect on it other than aesthetically. So you don't have to worry about mucking your stats. It's just like layered armor, just for your weapon. So that's really nice. You can get rid of these ugly worldified weapons where it's a base stock weapon with some monster parts glued on that I'm pretty sure nearly everyone generally dislikes, at the very least. I should probably eat first, don't want to get stuck. If it's like the Rajang fight, I don't think it is, but you never can tell. Don't want to get stuck without being able to eat.
こちらに道ができています。
Guess we would have. It's probably. I guess it has something to do with the cutscene. Because I think there's a short cutscene for this one as well. Which we're not going to make the mistake of. Not going in and chug it. Eh, it doesn't matter. It's not like it's going to damage us. You can just chug it when we get in there. However, I will. So, lest we forget. Ah, it's a bug trapper. The worst tail raider cat to get to come help you.
ここに通れる場所なんてなかったはず。
As you might expect, their traps are pretty useless in most meaningful fights, especially in Master Rank. And I'm not sure they ever get the boom bug. Yeah, they do. Never mind, they do. So one out of the 3 things they can actually do is helpful. Lovely. Icy cave.
まるで渡りの凍て地のような気候。火山のような場所もあるし、この地は一体どんな風にして成り立ったんだろう。
It's amusing that Rajang opened the way up to the volcano, but this just appeared apparently out of the blue. Well, no, maybe it was just Safi. Sorry about that. Kicked up some dust apparently. So it might have been Safi Jiva did this, I guess. Because this does lead to him. I'm actually going to get sort of a letdown because the cutscenes really build up fighting Safi, but it's not something I'll be able to show. So this is Stygian Jinoga. Also, just like Rajang. I've already answered him a couple times. Oops. Thor puffs. Oh, I don't think I did find out what these do. They supercharge your ice resistance, as you can see, for I think 90 seconds, and basically make you. Let's see, what else do they do? Make you immune to ice blight for 7, but I think they act like a hot drink for that 90 seconds as well. Wait, where are these footprints? Scarflies, you're confusing me. Scarflies, please. There we go. So, Stygian Jinoga. I've not even fought a regular Jinoga on stream ever. Oops. Oh, there he is. It's not really in a place we can warbang in. So... shot zones are his forelegs and his face. Well, they went out one flash. Okay, lad. Okay, that went well. Just like regular Jinoga, at least when he's fired up, you can use your bug catch in it. When he's knocked over like that. And a bit early. I think I fought regular Jinoga on stream. That geyser was very rude. Okay, he's down. Well, he was going to charge up, but we staggered him out of it. So yeah, shot zones, 4 legs, and head. Also, do be careful. So the lightning strikes basically to either side. Okay, now he's gotta be careful with that. That hits like an actual trap, even as decked out as our armor is. He's got a little bit of a Nerigi / Theostra move where if you stagger him like that, okay, he can come forward with a smack. Yeah, we'll do that. Guys, please. I'm about to send that geyser a strongly worded letter. Okay, lad. Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on. I was about to say. What's going on? Okay, we knocked the zappy out of it. There's his overhaul. Now, if you're talking about layered armor, both Jinogas and Stygian Jinogas, the layered armor is really quite lovely. Seems to be quite popular. People, Rajang's as well, actually. In fact, that outfit. Oh, I don't think I finished. So the lightning strikes his sides right here. So when he's doing that, you're safe to stand under his face and attack. Just missed the timing. Okay, Stygian is weak to shock traps, good to know. Even when he's dragging apart. I guess it makes sense. He actually, I think he's weak to thunder. I did not mean to jump there. Right. Everything's fine. That's a bit like Regine's big slam in that, big jump up slam in that. It will do approximately all the damage just as you would expect it to. We seem to have ran out of ammo again. It should be limping soon, I should think. Should hope. This is doing moderate damage, even though it's PS1. It might actually be pretty vulnerable to PS. This gun is pretty much tailor-made for normal 2 and nothing else, fortunately. Single shot reload on spread 1 and PS1. He's real sad boy hours. Is he? Oh, I faced bug trapper. Went the way of the dodo. I've over some swing ammo the entire time. Okay, I'll go to camp. We can recoup our ammo from there. Save me from wasting any of my crafting materials. Alright, I remember him coming in now. I was becoming concerned for a moment that he wouldn't land right. Okay, you're landing now, aren't you? Yeah. So we used a grand total of 2 ammo overall for this hunt. We take those. Let's make sure I actually have a trap. I should. Yeah. And since we pre-trank, we don't have to worry about him being super resistant to the shock trap. Oops. Oh, he just curls up over here, doesn't he? It's not the most auspicious place. Easy as. Let's see what kind of gather and stuff we can discover over here before teleports us home. Okay. That was Stygian Genoga. A lot like regular Genoga. Very slight altered moveset. But, well, a very slight amount of the moveset is different. Honestly, mostly it's all the dragon lightning effects. Suppose is the big difference. He has more ranged attacks, I guess you could say. And he has some Ebony Odogaron like lightning dashes. The dragon lightning dashes. So here we go over here, and it builds up the mystery of Safi Jiva.
そいつは言えん。先入観なしの意見を聞きたくてな。ここだ。行くぞ。
こんな場所が。
こっちだ。
So the question is, what are we going to do next here?
得意の花は聞いてきたか。
Now, story quests are done. There are more special assignments, of course. Safi Jiva and the like. But I suppose there's still some optionals. The issue is the remaining optional quests, by and large, are, well, for one, some of them are in Astra, which you need to track down in the Guiding Lands first for Daishara, which means you need to get the Waste to level 5 to get her to Shara. I think it's level 5, and then actually hunt her there. That's a big pain in the keister, but maybe they have to be done. If you want to complete all the optionals, it will have to be done. I'd find somebody that already has Guiding Lens. Wild Spire level 5. Higher works too, it's just a tempered version of it. Which fun, I suppose.
戻って作戦会議を。急ごう。
But that's only 2 optional quests. There's a handful more that actually upgrade the rest of your specialized tools, including the Affinity Booster and the Temporal Mantle, which unfortunately, there's Safi Jiva, big red dragon. Unfortunately, those particular optionals are locked behind Master Rank 150 and Master Rank 200. So, yeah. Well, hold on. Maybe it's 150, 175, and 200. So yeah, it would take a great deal of off-screen grinding to get to that point. I don't much know about that. As you see, we're quite a bit away from that. However, we are well over Hunter rank 100 now, which means we've unlocked the last high rank optional quest. So I suppose we could end off this stream for doing that. It's a lovely hunt against That's not what I wanted to do. So lovely. That's not what I wanted to do. That isn't either. Let's go back to this. Okay, bloody hell. Okay, I did that. Now we could have already done this, but since it was sort of the premier optional quest, the big in base world, this was the basically the big reward for putting your all in and completing all the other optionals. So yes, the requirements for this is to have completed. Now we have the Tundra region. Also, if we go to the smithy, you'll see that there's some dialogue he has for us. We can now layer weapons. The caveat is it has to be a master rank weapon that is fully upgraded to the end of its tree. So you can't take like the Defender Bargain because it's still technically a high rank weapon, even though it's scaled for very beginning master rank, and layer it. So it's a shame, but it's just the way it is. I think we had something to report to the ecologists, and we might have. Oh, we probably can pick up more bounties. Good deal. Puke armor, the monster rank Puke armor is pretty nice. She's using the chest in ways. It's clever. It's neat that they have the NPCs walking around wearing something, basically wearing mixed sets. Well, aesthetic mixed sets as opposed to just, you know, a full set, unlike the excitable lad over there.
Oh yeah.
So to craft Lunastra weapons in high rank, you needed parts from Lunastra to create the shell of whichever weapon type. You needed parts from her, of course, but you also needed something called a high commendation. Or, a research ticket. High commendations come from killing elders in general. But in particular, you needed something called a research ticket. You needed I think it's only one ticket a piece. It may be two for each Lunastra shell weapon, and then that shell can be split off into either a Nergigante Lunastra weapon, a Xeno'jiiva Lunastra weapon, or a Teostra. So, I think it's a Teostra. It may be Basil Luna, actually. It's one or the other, because it's explosive. Generally. Hybrid weapon, which takes parts from both of those monsters. And some of the Luna weapons were some of the best base game weapons. In fact, if you have a fully... In fact, one could, if they didn't want to bother with the Defender weapon, say, we'll go with Insect Glaive. So instead of the... I'll tell you what, I can just show you on the tree, it'll be easier to explain. We'll go to the Insect Glaive tree.
Oh.
Weapons. Tree. Okay. let's go down here to Nostra. So she starts by having this just Empress cane, alright? And you make that, and then to upgrade into Blaze, that is Luna Teostra, I think. And then Ruin is Lunar Nergi, and then Styx is Lunar Xenojiva. Now each of these weapons, and it will always be the same, so whether it's in the Insect Glaive, the Lunar Insect Glaive, the Lunar Light Bargains, the Lunar Sword and Shield, Blade, it's always Empress, something Blaze, Empress, something Ruin, and Empress, something Styx. So, and they will always have basically a built-in set bonus to them. In Blaze's case, it's Guts. Now, Guts is basically Moxie, the feline food skill, where if it can, as long as your health when you take the attack is above a certain threshold, which is pretty lower in the bar, so it's a good chance this will proc. It basically protects you from carding for that hit. It basically gives you a free hit. Sort of. You still have to heal up or you're going to get got next time. But that's the weakest of the three. Now, Ruin is really nice because high roar, really nice sharpness, and haste and recovery, which is Nergigante's set bonus. This is basically, this stacks with health augment on the weapon, so you really slurp up that health as you attack. It really keeps you topped up. It's really neat. And then one of the best ones, the one that's probably the most useful in most situations, is Styx, because it comes with built-in Razor Shot, Spet Shot, which is the Xenojiva set bonus. It's just uber useful. The Light Bargain Styx is really good for rapid fire elemental. It can do thunder or water, and it can also fire slicing pretty well, and it can fire various status ammo like poison and sleep pretty handily. And then if you wanted to rapid fire and ice, you'd go for the Blaze Light Bargain. And of course there's a master rank variant of each of these. The issue is, for the most part, it's not all that. It's not a big enough increase on them to make most of them particularly viable, unfortunately. But for a while there, they were top tier stuff. For example, the Empress Cane Ruin was in base world pretty much your king insect glaive, because it has really good roar, amazing sharpness, enough blast to where you'd get about the same amount of blast procs even if it was like Styx. It just has, and Styx outdoes it with sharpness, but because of Razor's spare sharp, but look at the difference in raw. That's 31 points of raw, so that's a pretty big difference. Also, the affinity doesn't particularly matter because in base world it was so easy to hit 100% affinity. It didn't matter. I mean, bloody Anjanath weapons or Devil Jar weapons that have negative 30% affinity to start with were perfectly viable and could hit 100% affinity, so that was no worry. But on top of doing more damage and still proccing the same amount of blast. You also had haste and recovery, which coupled with your health augment kept you topped off at full health to activate peak performance to give you even more attack. So that was basically top dog insect glaive back in the day before World came out, before Iceborne came out. Bloody hell. So yeah, but yeah, what I was getting at is so each of those weapons, each of those upgrading from the shell to ruin, blaze, ruin, or sticks requires 1 or 2 research tickets, which were only acquirable through 1 of 2 hunts in base game. And they were White Winds of the New World, which you go in the spatial arena and you fight the 4 apexes back to back to back. Well, sometimes Odor will pop out before you're done with Legiana if you're taking your time. So they will come. So this will always drop 1 ticket. Well, pretty sure it's guaranteed, and there's a chance to drop a second one, research ticket, and then this one also will. This only unlocks once you hit HR 100 and have completed this one, but the requirements of this one is to have completed all of these, with the exception of things involving Lunastra or no, that was right. Or this one. Or Devil Jar. Yeah. So you don't have to complete these 2 or this one to get that, to get White Winds of the New World. And then after completing it, the main story itself, and getting HR 100, you unlock this little puppy, Sapphire Star's Guidance, which is the cap-off optional quest for base world. And yes, there is an equivalent in Master Rank, but again, it pops up at Master Rank to bloody 100. So, yeah. Don't know if really be able to show that on stream at all, because that'll take a lot of grinding. We didn't need to. No, we did. Maybe I should learn to pay attention. Okay, have a cool drink. Wait. Oh, it's just a shower right now, so we didn't even need the cool drink. I forgot, this is high rank, so typically only 1 elder is on the field at once. Typically. Let's call us a gadget. Won't literally just pop up out of the ground. Grab some stones. Okay, that's good. A Gaja trap, so if we can lure... It'll probably be Teostra, yeah. Because he likes to pop up around here before going into the hot zone. Okay, here's Kushala. Been a while since we fought you, mate. I don't know about that game. Sorting this too, just because I can. So that's the Mihalatov cocktail. As you see, it can get staggers. Speaking of staggers, getting head trips. I don't think I've explained this before, but on multi-monster hunts, the monsters have the HP lowered based on how many are in the quest. As you can see, because he's already flimping. And we've been here how long? Yeah. This quest is not going to be as impressive as it could have been, because Master Rank gear is so far beyond what stats were in high rank, it's actually laughable. And so the multi-monster health penalty that they receive, I'm not sure the exact amounts. I imagine you could find out. I've never really thought to look it up. I will tell you that it caps out how much the health of each individual monster is lowered. It caps out at 3 monsters. So if there are more, if there are 4 or 5, 5 I think is the highest. I don't think there's any more than 5 that's in the quest it wants. Then it won't lower any further. But to be frank, it's low enough once it gets to 3. Even 2 is quite noticeable, the difference. Okay, Teostra should be showing up now. There we go again. Picking things up they don't have room for. So we'll take the opportunity to go back to camp. And you got to be joking. Refill our ammo, even though we only used 14 shots. I almost feel bad for Kushala. Almost. Kushala's a pain in the rear. It's bad enough fighting him in melee. In high rank where you can flash him. Unless it's Arch Tempered, because Arch Tempered has a limit of Bugger all, stop pressing buttons, please. So yeah, the Arch-Tempered monsters, it's sort of a prelude to Master Rank, in that the monsters would become, you could only flash pod them once or twice, and then they become immune to it. Okay, Teo's here, but where's he going to pop up? I don't see him here, so he's probably... Yeah, here he comes. He's stopping in here. That's fine. And he's getting closer to the wall. We'll just... he's like Yashala in that he won't attack until attacked. We'll just let him get closer to the wall. Okay, let him come back. Bugger. Okay. He interrupted it anyway. Oh, blast blight. We're being a bit too greedy with that grapple. I'm getting this bloody warbang though. You're being unusually spazzy, mate. Okay. That was not the breath I thought it was. That one is. Oh, that one is neither. That's blast blight nonsense. Times. Okay. Horn's broken. It's been that was a clumsy blight. I'm disappointed in myself in that one. It's because I was stubborn about wanting to get a warbang. The way to cheese the raw that people do is to wear Rocksteady mantle and get a free warbang off. But what's the fun in that? And next is Nergi, who inherently has the lowest health of all elders, including Kieran, I'm pretty sure. There I go again. There I go again. Guess we'll go and do this. Alright, the first aid meds are just regular potions, pretty much. In high rank, as opposed to mega potions like they are in Master Rank. I'm pretty sure he comes here, which is his normal spot. I was tempted. Actually, we should go and go to this camp, refill on ammo. another might suit. I do know that that's safe to grab at least, since already grabbed it in. No, this is a wicked looking area. It's very threatening. There he is. And he's coming here. Now this is a bit of a bugaboo, getting a wall bang off this lad. These pillars here do work, but okay, he's going next to the wall anyway. Luckily he takes so long to get started. I don't think I'm gonna let you sleep, mate. That was the quest. Did I carve Teostra? Doesn't particularly matter, but I don't remember doing so. Did I carve? Surely I did. Oh, there's one thing I can do. It's a blaze nut over here. A flame nut, rather. There we go. Now we didn't waste any ammo whatsoever in this hunt. We had the exact same amount of items after the hunt as we did before. Yeah, plenty of these research decades. Well, I think that about does it. To turn that quest in, we have to go to... I did the right thing. Go to Astera, talk to the commander, and then, even though we've completed a tougher version of it already, where everyone wanted to talk to us. In fact, I don't think I've been here since everyone wanted to talk to us before. Oh no. Oh, bugger. That's fine.
見事だ。導きの青い星。
まったく尊敬するよ。
So, get this over with. There's the research base as well.
Which
will probably wonder if they're only responding to the "We Run This Town" is what it's called, the master rank version of the White Winds of the New World. Oh yeah, still that Witcher quest I never did. Don't know if I really want to bother with that.
すごいですね。
いやー素晴らしい。
素晴らしいわ。
I should probably do this off stream actually. So anyway, that's been Starter World Iceborne. There are still stuff to do, but it's going to take so much prep work. It's not really something I imagine be very entertaining to watch, doing all that grinding. So long, fair birdie. So we'll see. I'll try to keep grinding off stream, I suppose. But yeah, I think that that'll about do it for Monster Hunter Worlds for now. Guess we'll go back to Apex or maybe some Disgaea. There's still another playthrough of Dragon's Dogma we could do with I think Mystic Knight is what I had to prep.
まったく
And
尊
talk
敬す
to
る
you
よ。
since you happen to be here. Convenient and all. So yeah. We might we'll probably stream it some more some other time. Maybe roll another character and do another main another weapon type. Suppose insect glaive and light bowgun. Suppose we must have been using light bowgun there at the end though. Oops. I was using it on stream, but off stream I was mostly using insect glaive still. That's kind of funny. Dread talking to all these people. But yeah, that'll do it for this stream. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time for something. We'll figure something out. I'm also working on alt account, getting a new alt account in FGO back up and running. Once I get that to Camelos, which is where we were before, suppose I can start streaming that again from time to time. Go through the story. I'm not super rushed about it though, so it could be a bit. We'll see how things shake out. In fact, I could definitely stream the rolls on it, I guess. Trying something a bit cheeky with it. Wanting to focus on. Thought let's be a little creative with these alts and try to focus the rolls at least. Because if we happen to get something that's really useful, it'd be silly not to use it to restrict ourselves. But in general, when it comes to the rolls, I'm trying to restrict myself to, okay, this one we're going to only roll for quick units, or units involving quick card types, and then I have another alt for arts, and might do one for Buster, but My main account has a lot of blaster. My main account has a lot of all 3 types, honestly. So, no, I'm undecided about that. But yeah, that wraps up here. So, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.